Hi everybody, welcome to my art journal video, the first one of 2016, and it's all about the new year. So in my new journal, I'm starting off with different kinds of pattern papers. Most of them are pink or rose colored, but I do have a few green and brown ones, and I'm just cutting them into strips to make the background of this page here. Now I'm trying to not really have a painting here this time, but more a mixed media paper crafting kind of a page. So I like to start my year like that. If you saw the one from last year, the first one of January, it was no difference there. So I'm just deciding how I want to put down those strips, how I want to have them, and cover up that Christmassy kind of part of the brown paper. And then I'm taking some gel medium and sorting my strips here and then just gluing them down. So it's really simple, just going from right to the left side and taking one strip of pattern paper at a time and, well, putting the piece together. So while I do that, let me quickly just go for the New Year kind of thing. I hope you all had great holidays and started your New Year nicely and safe and healthy and all that stuff. And I hope you're looking forward to the New Year just as much as I do. I'm very happy that it finally started. It's gonna be a ride. It's gonna be crazy. But yeah, so now that I have all my pattern paper for the background done, I'm just going over the whole thing with gel medium just to seal everything, because I'm planning to go on top with other media, and I'm using my blow dryer just to quicken the drying process. I'm still not patient when it comes to drying of artwork, so I'm still a big fan of my blow dryer. And then I'm just cutting all the excess paper away to know where the edges of my page are before I go in with the next layer. So I had one of these green strips that I wanted to put down on top of the pink one, so I added that, and then with gel medium again, I'm gluing down this big brown stripe here. So that area will be the section where I do have my focal point. That's why I used another pattern paper on top, and I'm covering up the Noel saying of the brown paper with some green stripes. And then I'm taking another piece of pattern paper with brown stripes and just cutting a few centimeter or 2 centimeter strips, drying off my page, and then I'm gluing them down in a pattern to, bring the background and the foreground together. So I'm just trying to see how they work best, and I like odd numbers. That's why I used an odd number, meaning 5 of these brown pattern paper strips to glue down. Just going over the sections that I want to have the strips on. Again, like I said, I want to bring the foreground and the background together, so I'm putting down the brown strips at the edges of the solid brown / green striped section here. And I'm turning one over to the other side just for me to know while I work on it that this will be the section that has the focal point itself. You saw at the beginning of the video that I will have some wooden pieces on, and I want to have the new year on that section. And just to remember, I turned it upside down. Now I went in with my spatula and gesso just to go over some parts of the page and thinning things out with a paper towel. Just to, cover up a bit of the background, the pattern paper, because it's very strong. It's very dominant, so I just want to tone it down, but still want to be able to see it. That's why I use gesso, not with a brush, but with a spatula and pattern and paper towels, so I'm able to see things. And I'm going in with a light blue ink, just adding some nice touches there at the edges and a tiny bit on the section that brings the pinkish pattern paper together with the foreground. And with a black ink, I'm going over the middle section just to get rid of that one pattern paper with one of these brown stripes that I just had as a reminder where to put things. I did add some yarn, a very light rose colored yarn to wrap around that section, because I find that my glue holds better on yarn than it does on inked and gessoed parts of papers there. So I'm gluing down these wooden circles. They're actually trash parts of our laser cutter. So my hubby collects them and I get these pieces and, well, I use them in artwork. So I just glued down those circles, and then I'm going to use my alphabet stamps to write the word happy words. It's more than one word. Happy New Year on that section, just with some black ink, nothing fancy there. I just do have one set of alphabetic stamps, and that's fine for me. I don't need to have different kinds of fonts there. I don't need to have big and small letters. I'm fine with going in with the same font and having the difference there with the small and large wooden circles. So there's that, and then I thought, am I done with the page? But something was missing, so I decided to make a little tag that I could pin onto the yarn strings with a cloth pin. And I looked if I already had some tags that I could use, but I didn't like the color of those, so I did use some cardstock, mint greeny one, and just cut it the accordion piece, rounded things up with my corner rounder, and then rummaged through my little knickknacks, and there I had 3 flowers that were from an earlier project. I wrote my word of the year, which is routine, on the back of the tag, glued down the flowers, and used some gel pen just to, finish up that tag before I put it onto the strings. And then my page is done. I hope you liked watching along. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comment section below. Also hit that like button if you liked this video, and share it with your friends. I do have a blog post with all the materials and more photos and stuff on my webpage. If you go to my Facebook page, there's always a direct link to the blog post, so you don't have to search. Have a good one. Bye bye.